This map shows the borders of the Eastern Ganga Empire in the 14th century. For generations, they dominated the eastern coastline of India. But by the 1360s, constant invasions from outside forces caused their central authority to buckle, and the edges of the empire started receding inward. Nowhere was this collapse more obvious than in the western region of Odisha, in what was then the Patna state. Without an imperial administrator to keep order, power devolved locally. The region fractured into 8 separate territories, each controlled by an independent warlord, known as a Gontia. Hundreds of miles away, the Muslim king Firuz Shah Tughlaq was expanding his own territory, destroying rival kingdoms in his path. During one of these battles, a pregnant queen named Jayanti Devi managed to escape the destruction of her husband's court and fled east, seeking refuge in the fractured Patna state. She carried a hidden prince named Ramayadeva. He would grow up in a region that was leaderless, divided by 8 competing factions, and primed for a unifying figure to seize control. The exiled queen found sanctuary with a Brahmin leader in the Kalangar division, who adopted young Ramayadeva. Raised away from traditional royal courts, the prince spent his youth directly alongside the local villagers, building a personal connection with the commoners of Patna. By the time he was 20, a man-eating tiger began terrorizing the local population. The ruling ministerial council had previously declared a prophecy: whoever killed the beast would be recognized as the true king over the 8 warlords. Ramayadeva hunted the animal down. Backed by a surge of popular support from the common people he grew up with, he did not wait for a peaceful transition. He staged a violent coup and eliminated the remaining warlords to consolidate power. Seizing the throne of a divided region through force is difficult, but it is only the first step. To survive, a ruler must figure out how to force 8 warring factions to accept a single, unified identity. Ramayadeva established his new statecraft on 2 pillars. The first was strict law enforcement. He demanded total obedience and brought the gavel down on anyone who challenged the new centralized authority. He balanced this strictness by supporting a diverse array of local religious traditions, patronizing everything from Shaivite temples to Vaishnavite shrines. By ensuring no single faction felt excluded from the new state, he secured vital grassroots loyalty. With the interior stabilized, he directed his military outward. He recovered lands lost by previous administrators, creating a disciplined and formidable principality that functioned as a defensive buffer for the larger Eastern Ganga domain. This military success earned him geopolitical recognition. While on a pilgrimage to Puri, Ramayadeva met the ruling Ganga king, Bhanudeva III. The Ganga king recognized the value of a strong ally in the west. He offered his own niece's hand in marriage to Ramayadeva, instantly giving the newly established Chauhan rule absolute political legitimacy. Military might and strategic royal marriages are effective for securing borders, but force alone cannot permanently bind a fractured society together. That required his second pillar of statecraft, cultural patronage. To unify the scattered local populations, Ramayadeva needed to weave their diverse religious practices into a shared identity. He adopted an inclusive approach, offering devotion to a wide pantheon of deities. He actively patronized the worship of Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesha, Surya, and Durga, ensuring every group saw their beliefs respected by the crown. His central architectural project was the construction of the Patneshwari temple. By building this specific shrine, he elevated a local goddess to the presiding deity of his newly unified kingdom. Instead of temporary salaries, Ramayadeva granted the priests 5 specific villages. Agricultural output and taxes from these villages flowed directly to the priests, creating a constant resource stream. This ensured daily rituals were maintained forever without relying on the royal treasury. By transforming religious devotion into a self-sustaining economic institution, Ramayadeva engineered a deep-rooted loyalty from the population. It was a bond his sword alone could never command. Ramayadeva ruled the Patna state for 20 years, but the foundation he laid ensured Chauhan influence would span across western Odisha for the next 5 centuries. Over the following generations, the grand imperial authorities on the coast, like the powerful Gajapatis based in Cuttack, eventually fell and fractured under pressure. But Ramayadeva's kingdom survived. His descendants expanded the Chauhan rule outward. They founded new dominions, transferring power to Sambhalpur, and establishing a new state called Huma Desha, leaving distinct architectural footprints, like this leaning temple. The Chauhans carved out the most effective and dominant kingdoms in the region. They fought off invasions, captured adjoining territories, and maintained stability all the way into the 19th century. And the economic engine Ramayadeva designed in the 1360s is still running. Right now, the descendants of the original priests in those 5 granted villages are still carrying out their ritual duties at the temples. Ramayadeva's rise demonstrates that empires are forged through force, but they survive when political authority is permanently married to a deep-rooted, self-sustaining cultural identity.